Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your daily recap of current events and headlines making their way in their country today. My name is Aurelia Samuyenga, and welcome to NMH at 1. Stay tuned as we give you a brief overview of today's news highlights from all corners of the country. During the Thursday COVID-19 segment every week, we bring you up to date with cases of the disease among healthcare workers and quarantine data for Namibia and its regions. Another 3 healthcare workers tested positive during the past 7-day cycle. 2 of these cases were reported in the Commerce region and 1 in Oshana, 2 of the most densely populated health districts in the country. Over the past 4 weeks, cases in this frontline group numbered only 10, which translated to a weekly average of 2.8. Over to our second slide. Over the same period, the number of people accommodated in official quarantine facilities decreased from 153 to 132. This excludes those in self-quarantine. A total of 302 entries and 323 exits were reported from the 9th to the 15th of November. Facilities in the Angwena region have been cleared, and in Omaheke, the number of quarantinees stood at 90 on Monday compared to 90 a week before. The total for Oshikoto decreased from 32 to 27. Other regions had only a few individuals under supervision, namely 9 in Omsati, 3 in Kunene, 2 in Windhoek, and 1 in the Hardap region. A week before, no one was quarantined in these regions. Please stay safe and protect yourself, and remember to get vaccinated if there is any stock at your closest health facility. Join us again tomorrow for an overview of your daily COVID-19 data in Namibia. As per usual here at NMH at 1, we bring you a number of video news clips from across the country. Starting off, dissatisfied residents of Grootfontein marched to the town's municipality yesterday to file a complaint with the chief executive, Kisco Sinvula. Residents said they have had enough of the poor service delivery, corruption, mismanagement, poor road infrastructure, as well as the unnecessary dismissal of contract workers. Elvira Hatting was there.
De gemeenschap van Grootfontein was bereid en gereed om die petitie aan de CEO te overhandigen, maar ongelukkig was de CEO niet te zien bij die kantoor nie, weens dat hij hardloop het naar andere dorp toe, blijkbaar Windhoek toe, maar de gemeenschap was baie teleurgesteld, want ons het om vroeger kennis gegee gehad dat ons vandaag hier zal wees, een week vooruit kennisgeving. Het ons voor hem gegeven gehad, dat ons vandaag hier zal wees. Die gemeenschap voelt, hij is die man wat verantwoordelijk is voor die kantoor, voor die municipale kantoor in Grootfontein. En hij wil hem graag die petitie gegeven, maar die mij had gezegd, die city mag niet enige petities ontvangen. Zo ontstaan onder een vraagteken, wat je weet, en die Republiek van Namibia, zoals ze dat. Die CEO niet mag petities ontvangen.
Kom jullie weer terug?
Nee, ons zal definitief maandag weer terugkomen. Ons zal zondag weer een gemeenschappelijke vergadering hebben. En dan zal ons weer definitief maandag weer terugkomen.
Het is niet geboren en ik weet hoe schoon onze dorp was. Maar na die onafhankelijkheid weet ons niet die geld van de municipaliteit het weggehaald. Die geld heeft voeten gekregen. Dat is waarom kom ons zo rondstand. Daar is niet trokken wat loopt van de municipaliteit nu. 6 jaren heeft de municipaliteit eens niet zijn license voor de trokken betaald. Dit is toch zonde. Slecht. Hulle brengen mensen van andere plekken om die tenders in Grootfontein oor te nemen. Mensen van Grootfontein zitten zonder werk. Onze kinders worden nou desdagen worden onze kinders maar criminelen.
Meeste huizen staan in het rioolwater, veel water wat op de straten loopt. Die riool wordt niet geserviced, niet. Die ashopen worden net bij elkaar gegooid, die vuil is leer rond in de locatie. Die straten het gaten op. Karren kan niet rijden, want je moet koers om voorbij te gaan. Zo Grootfontein net maar een ghost dorp geraakt.
Former Paralympic Games swimmer Gideon Nasilowski, known as the amphibian Namibian, is a force to be reckoned with, as proved again by his brave attempt at completing the 7-kilometer swim from Robben Island to the mainland last weekend. Irene Marie van der Walt reports.
Gideon Nasilowski takes great pleasure in defying his personal limits. On Monday, Nasilowski undertook to swim the distance between Robben Island and Cape Town. Despite the weather being an adversary, Nasilowski is no stranger to extraordinary achievement. It has been nearly a year since Nasilowski became the first Paralympian ever to complete the notorious Desert Dash as part of a four-man team.
We have just a couple of minutes before we close down the finish line for the two-man teams.
After his historic win at the notorious Nedbank Desert Dash, this is what Nasilowski had to say about the achievement.
I just want to say to everybody that feels inspired by this, just know that feeling of inspiration is from God. You know, God is calling you to come back to Him, and I give Him all the glory today. I didn't do this with my power, I only did it with His. I'm only His instrument, that's all. I've reached my aim, but I'll never be done. I'm always going to be doing something to try and uplift people with disabilities in our country.
From his appearance at the 2016 Rio Paralympics and beyond, Gideon Nasilowski, known as the amphibian Namibian, has not for a moment lost sight of his aim to encourage and empower disabled Namibians.
Well, the crowd are on their feet here at the Olympic Aquatic Stadium.
Closing off our video contributions for the day is our journalist, Claudia Reiter, who visited the recently opened Museum of Namibian Music in Umthia, which is funded by the European Union and implemented by the Museums Association of Namibia. Enjoy this virtual tour with her. have a look at the stories making headlines in our national daily newspapers. Algemene Zeitung leads with numerous animal welfare organizations restarting the hashtag Justice for Animals campaign to address injustices in the area of animal welfare and to urge the government to update the existing laws. Namibia claims to be a leader in nature conservation, but the animal welfare laws are outdated and no longer applicable. The Animal Welfare Act of Namibia from 1962 is now almost 60 years old. For a violation of the law, there is a maximum fine of only 200 Namibian dollars, regardless of the severity of the violation, the lawyer Ronel Louis said yesterday at a workshop on animal welfare in Namibia. The Namibian examines how the rising cost of basic food and transport increases the economic stress on many Namibian households. The price of food and fuel have risen significantly this year and has passed the current inflation rate. According to a UN report last year, 800,000 Namibians are constantly stressed about where their next meal will come from. Labour expert Hybert Jaucht is also quoted as saying that at least one more fuel price hike announcement can be foreseen before the end of the year. The Namibian Sun takes a look at the political journey of the late Ignatius Shikhameni. The newspaper recalls how he was once a rising star and a popular figure in the ruling SWAPO party until he denounced his SWAPO credentials and subsequently his position as deputy minister after plans to accord found President Sam Nujoma a third term as the country's president. He went on to become a founding member of the Congress of Democrats, COD, which he later also ditched to form the All People's Party, APP. Republican focuses in on the aftermath of the withdrawal of the drilling license of Headspring Investments and the investigation being launched on whether the company's mining activities has polluted underground water resources in the Stampriet and Leonardville area. 2 drilling licenses were awarded to the company at the end of March this year, but were withdrawn with immediate effect on 9 November when it emerged they had drilled 77 more holes than they had permits for. The Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Kalle Schlattwein, said protection of the water source for this region is the first priority and incompatible with any mining activities. He added that with the Russian-owned company Headspring had done in the area borders are criminality. New era quotes from a targeted review report on youth unemployment which was launched by Vice President Nangolo Mbumba at State House yesterday. The report points out that an education system that does not meet the demands of the labor market is among the issues contributing to the high level of unemployed youth in the country. Government has been advised to offer free technical and vocational training since they already provide free primary and secondary education. And now, some of the newsworthy items from the inside pages of today's newspapers. Algemene Zeitung reports that resistance continues against the government's controversial elephant auction held earlier this year. An international association known as the Pro-Elephant Network has written an open letter to the CITES, or CITES, in which it points out that the export of elephants to areas outside of their natural habitat violates the Convention for the Protection of Species. According to their information, the elephants to be auctioned have already been selected and caught, and the necessary permits have already been issued. The Pro-Elephant Network also has information that a South Africa game trafficker is involved in the process and that the elephants are to be brought to 2 locations in the United Arab Emirates to be held in captivity. According to Namibian Sun, the outbreak of hepatitis E that was declared in December 2017 by the Health Ministry have shown a major decline over the past 2 years, especially. Between January and June this year, not a single death from hepatitis E has been reported in the country, compared to 4 last year and 23 during 2019. The disease mostly affected Windhoek's informal settlements such as Havana and Gorenchab, as well as the DRC settlement in Swakopmund. Meanwhile, New Era was at the Walvis Bay Magistrate Court where both Azan Madisia and her co-accused Junior Mulundu pleaded not guilty on all charges they are facing related to the murder of Shannon Wasserfall. During yesterday's proceedings, the public prosecutor also said the suspect threw away the deceased Wasserfall's cell phone and SIM card and cleaned out the blood inside of the flat. Madisia and Mulundu will meanwhile apply for bail next week. Republican reports that upgrading work has been completed for better functionality at the International Hosea Kutako Airport baggage handling area. Security, customs, and immigrations, as well as other systems and facilities have been upgraded to be able to handle the increased number of passengers the airport has to handle annually. And finally, in the Namibian, tour operators working in the Dorob National Park's dunes between Swakopmund and Walvis Bay are raising the alarm, saying that they hardly see chameleons anymore, while sightings of snakes and lizards are also becoming rare. Tour operators notice a lot of suspicious activities in the area, which points mostly to poaching of these rare and endangered species. Stakeholders are aware that since the Dorob National Park is open, without fencing, it is difficult to manage poaching.
Season 1 of the Hunters Chill Session is coming to a close. To celebrate Hunters and the Namibian Sun, we'll be having an exclusive invite-only event at Access Lounge on the 23rd of November. You can be part of this. Stand a chance to win exclusive double tickets for you and a friend to attend the Hunters Chill Finale. WhatsApp a picture of you and your friend chilling with your favorite Hunters to 084 000 9820. Hunters, refreshes like nothing on earth. Not for persons under the age of 18. T's and C's apply.
And that is it for your Thursday edition of NMH at 1. Please stay safe and have a blessed week ahead. I will see you again tomorrow at the same time, always at the same place, here at NMH at 1.